All right, guys, 3:40 here, May 26, 2025. Out here at the Savanna Apiary. I just got done mowing. Worked a little bit with the bees, not a lot. So I got my trusty lawnmower back there. It works pretty good. So I didn't bring a super like I mentioned in the earlier video. I did not do a video of me working through this. I got some other plans for the day, but you see where I mowed. Kind of mow a path from my truck. I kind of come down the center, and I try to carry that center on past the back of the apiary there too. And I'll find a point somewhere where I can just kind of mow around, kind of like in a football shape, where it gets around both sides this way, and I do the same thing going this way. And I just imagine this is not here, this has not been mowed, and like if I only had to mow this spot, I need to have a path big enough to go all the way in front and behind. And it's not anything fancy, it takes a lot of time to do it, but some of these apiaries, I need to do all of them like this at least once, but probably 2 good times. I just got so much other to accomplish, but I got the lawnmower back that's got the self-propel to help me. I need to bring a weed eater right here. I need to do Roundup as well. I wouldn't round up all of this, but I would round up immediately underneath where the grass has grown, where I can't get to a mower. I don't feel like weed eating underneath there. Of course, I'd have a wand where I can spray it directly onto the roots. So I kind of go over here what I've done so far. So this is the other point right here. And a same type of pattern, just a little bit longer. Another thing I do is I kind of find out where the points are on each one of these little edges here. And if I go across the road, or if there's a fence line that I can mow to, I go to the edge. This is the opposite side of the road. So the little road, it's not really a road, it's just obviously it's just a path. But this is where the field begins, where my buddy does all his baling his hay. So I just kind of marked the end of it. It's even with the point. It's not straight even, but it's there. And I kind of do that to help. So when they come by with their tractor or their bush hog or their truck, and they're coming up the road here, they kind of have a little reprieve. And they can kind of scoot around here without having to worry too much about getting too close to the bees or to the apiary. And it makes it easier for me. The thing is when you first do it, usually the next day you see all the grass that you miss, it starts to stand up, especially after a rain like that. But I don't know, you gotta take every opportunity you can to get out and do what you gotta do. You only have so many shots to accomplish so many goals. So I didn't bring a honey super out here. I thought I brought 2 boxes with 25 frames. I brought actually 1 box with 15 frames. It was this one. This is not a good one to put back out in the field. So I just took the one that was sitting right here and put it here. All 3 of these look like they're ready. Huh. These bees somehow got up in here. I wonder how they did that. Oh, I see. That hole down there is pretty big. All right. I probably need to make a smaller hole for that. Anyway, all right, so these guys look ready. There's no internal feeder in there, so I just gave them 9 frames. Mixed stages of, talking about the Queen of Spades, mixed stages of comb. One of them actually has some old comb that was in a a cutout that I did. With rubber bands. Rubber bands are still on there. The cutout didn't survive. Those cutouts don't do so good. The Pro Nuke's got a frame in there of, well, it's an internal feeder. It's got quite a bit in the internal feeder. Outside of that, that means it's got 4 frames of comb and foundation to work on. It looks pretty good. It's pretty crowded, but I bet if I put the 5th frame in there, it would still have quite a bit to go. But the Caucasian queen is in there. I need to note where all the Caucasian queens are at. I did not open the supers at all, but like I said, I did open the frame, the singles. They all look pretty good. I think the 7 of clubs here, not quite as strong, if I recall, as the 5 of clubs. But that's another thing I was going to show you. I came back and I put playing cards on top. Now, as I'm doing this, these are waterproof. The playing cards that I have, I got another set that has the colors on there, and I know they can't see red. Okay, I understand that, but you know, I'm going with what I got. But these playing cards aren't as colorful. They got the black, so maybe they can see the shapes. We'll see. But aside from trying to help the bees recognize their hive when they come out and do their orientation flights and things like that, it helps me just to talk about it. 10 of clubs there. I decided to just put it up there rather than try to push the bees aside and slide it in there. Sometimes it's kind of hard to get the tacks to go in there right without the tack folding over, and so I didn't like messing with it. Trying to do that if that happened at the same time I'm brushing bees away. We got the 7 of clubs, 7 of spades. That's a 10 of spades, 5 of spades, 6 of spades. All right, I'm seeing a pattern here. 9 of spades, 8 of spades, Jack of spades. Good grief, Queen of spades. I swear I shuffled these cards. I guess I didn't shuffle them up good enough, but it doesn't matter. But that would be like I mean, good grief. You got what do I have? I got a 5, a 6, a 7, an 8, a 9, a 10, a Jack, and a Queen of spades. I mean, is that like a royal flush? Or I don't know. I hadn't played poker in years. But this is what I did. So I need to bring out 4 good boxes. I got 2 good boxes there. That one in the middle is not really a good box. I just don't feel like dragging that one back home. I do need to rehab it though. I need to bring out 40 frames. I need to bring out at least 1 or 2 more supers. Just to the Savanna Apiary. I need to bring some Pro Suite for these guys. And I do need to bring some type of treatment for foul brood. Maybe the European foul brood. I'm pretty sure it's not American. And I don't know that I have foul brood, but I haven't looked in these guys, but I'm seeing some brood that just doesn't look quite right. And there's some natural remedies using like tea tree oil and some other things. I looked at it. I thought, I almost immediately went out and got it. I almost put it in all my hives. But I've learned since then, like if you don't want to put it on hives that have honey supers on there. Tea tree oil is, very potent according to ChatGTP, which I use that quite a bit. If you notice the thumbnails, they kind of created an image of me a little bit. I like it better than the one that looks like a more realistic person. I like the kind of animated part better because I just do. So I think I'm going to stick with that. I can use that in all the other cross referencing and like different different things, social media. I mean, he'll use that character the whole time. The one that looks like a real person, but off of me, to me, it's like it's not me. So if it's a drawing, it's obviously not me. So I don't know. I feel like I'm being a little bit more honest using a cartoon character of me than trying to use an AI version of me that looks like a real person. That way, if you ever meet me in person, you know, like, you're not going to be surprised. Like, you don't look anything like you. Okay, you don't expect me to look like the cartoon character exactly like that. But the other thing, you know, maybe not. But anyway, so ChatGTP brought up the fact that, you know, using like tea tree oil and the other recipes, it's not good to use it with your honey supers on. But I can use it with these guys to help build their immune system. You're not really fighting foul brood so much, you're building up their immune system. And I got the idea from various things, but I watched a Bob Benny video yesterday, and he was talking about he's breaking away from using a lot of antibiotics, and he pointed out to some brood that he thought was foul brood, and it kind of looked like what I had on a couple of the hives that I saw, particularly in the green apiary, which is where my queens are at. This is where I'm having problems with critters and stuff. Look at those clouds. Yeah, look at that. It's nice to see. It started pouring, thundering and lightning this morning. I mean, early before the sun came up. I was still in bed, and I just thought, well, I'm not getting up and working in this. Let's look back here. Let's look around. Isn't that cool looking though? You're sitting on your back porch looking at all this. All right. All right, guys. So, didn't do the work through, but this gives me a good idea what I need to work on to come back out here. 4 boxes, about 40 plus frames, a super, maybe 2 supers, and maybe mow one more time. But I got out here before it rains again. When it rains again, it's gonna be too hard to get on this levee. All right, guys, if you get a chance, look me up somewhere. Honey Hefe, that's honey with a J, like jalapeno. Honey Hefe, that's Jeff with 1 F between 2 E's, okay? That means boss, it's Honey Boss. HoneyHefe.com. This is my office.